Good afternoon, it is 30th, Monday, and it is just coming up to 1 o'clock, well it's quarter to 1, so I'm just going to head out for a couple of hours until the little one gets back from school. It's absolutely throwing it down, so whether that means it's going to be busy-ish or completely dead because everyone's staying in the house, no idea. So I'm just going to go online now and see if anything's happening. So I will guessing I'll be keeping you posted quite on the hour really, because you normally do on a weekday. Yeah, I'll catch you then. So a little update, it is 4:15, so it's been 3.5 hours. I haven't stopped, to be honest. They've all been small jobs, but because of the rain it hasn't stopped raining for I think just after I came out it started raining, so yeah, it's been raining for a good 3 hours non-stop. Everywhere's all flooded and everything, and I haven't even made it out of Ormskirk. So all these jobs that I'll read out now are Ormskirk. I was getting offered some jobs around 3 o'clock, which were like, I think one was like £30 from Ormskirk to Manchester, Piccadilly or something. And then there was one for, it was like £21 from Ormskirk to Lime Street in Liverpool. And I thought, like, why would you start driving through all of that traffic now? You know, they were working out at like £1 a mile. So basically I thought, I'll ignore them and I'll just stick with all the little jobs. So very first one was cancelled when I set off towards it, and then it was £5 3p for 1.4 miles, £5.71 for 3.3, a £5.20 for 2.1, £6.20 for 4.3, £4.96 for 1.4, £3.85 for 1.9, £5.33 for 1.3, £3.63 for 0.9 of a mile, £3.66 for 0.5, £5.28 for 1.7, £6.98 for 2.2, £4.85 for 0.9, and then these last two aren't loading, £5.81 for 0.9, and then that last one was £8.51 for 1.1. They started to, that wasn't like a surge job, but they were starting to increase, because basically when you zoomed out everywhere was glowing, which I don't really believe in, but it's just purely because everybody obviously wanted to move about, but no one was wanting to walk in the rain. So yeah, it's been good. I've only come home because obviously the wife's just got home with the little one, so I'm going to come home, spend a couple of hours with them, and then I'll probably come back out again. So up to now I'm on exactly £75 for the 3.5 hours, so it works out to £21.42 an hour. So it's not too bad. 14 trips. I've done trying to figure out the miles, but because the car's plugged in it's coming up with a little stupid message that won't clear off the screen. I think I've done about 50 or 60 miles, I think. So yeah, it's not too bad, to be honest. Just lots of local ones. Like when I go back on the map now, everywhere is bright red, all around Ormskirk, Wigan, Preston, Blackpool. The whole of Liverpool is fine, which is a bit strange. So yeah, what's the forecast supposed to be? It's supposed to carry on raining until 7 o'clock apparently. I'll just check the Met, because the Met's normally a bit more spot on. Today, yeah, see, the Met says it's raining now non-stop until 7 o'clock in the morning, so I always believe the Met rather than the crappy Apple one. It's got like a yellow warning of rain, so yeah, hopefully still should be all flooded and still throwing it down when I come back out later on. So yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. Little update, it is 7 o'clock and I'm just coming back out now to do a little bit of an evening shift. It's still throwing it down with rain, so hopefully it'll still be busy when I come back on. And when I've been on the app, it's still been showing as it was like surging everywhere. So your jobs come up straight away. No, it wants me to go to... No, I'm not even doing that. It says Southport, but it looks kind of like Banks, to Preston, which is like Tarleton. So it was basically like a 12-mile job for £11.50. So could be bothered doing that. Opportunity. Hate it when it comes up and you're supposed to just like know everywhere in the world. This is at 8:30. It is L39 Ormskirk to I'll have a little close look at that. I'll decide if I'm going to take that in a sec. I'll just double check on the postcode. Yeah, so I will keep you posted shortly, and hopefully it's busy. Final update. So I came on at 7 o'clock. As you've seen, I was looking into that, whether or not to accept that reservation. So I thought, well, I'll accept it. And as you know, if you've watched any of the other videos, I hate them. I swore I wouldn't accept anymore. However, I knew I only wanted to stay out until about 9 o'clock. I was only coming out for about 2 hours. And this one was a trip from Edge Hill University, and it was finished about 5 minutes away from my house. So as the reservation was at 8:30, it was about a 10-minute job. I thought, great, I'll be home for about 9:15. So I thought, right, I'll accept it. It was like £16 for, let's bring it up. £16 for 6 miles. So, you know, it was a decent paying job. So I accepted that, set off towards Ormskirk, and the whole of Ormskirk was apparently one of, you know, Uber's fake surges that they put on. It was all glowing red. And I've been busy there all afternoon, basically, all little short trips because of the rain. Everywhere's flooded. So I went over there, sat there, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, nothing. I thought, well, I'll log off the app, log back on, nothing. Changed to another little area, but the signal's fine everywhere in Ormskirk. There's no like dead spot, so I've never had that being an issue. But I thought I'll just move anyway. So I moved a bit more, and bearing in mind I'm sat in the middle of this massive like red surge bubble. There's Ubers all flying past me, privatised, like local companies, everything. I'm thinking, why am I not getting any jobs? So anyway, I ended up sitting there for an hour, didn't get any job requests, nothing whatsoever. And then at 8:02, it came up and said, oh, you now need to make your way towards your reservation. And I thought, well, why is that? Because you only have to be there 10 minutes before the job. So it was booked for past, so we don't need to be there till 20 past. And I was literally 2 minutes away. So I thought, well, like, you've got no choice, because you can either accept it and drive towards the job, or cancel the job, because obviously it's not going to give you any other jobs. So it automatically starts navigating you. So it took me over to Edge Hill University, and I got there for 8:04. It then comes up saying, okay, you've arrived, now starting the timer. It then starts a 26-minute countdown timer, and I'm thinking, are you having a laugh? It was ridiculous. So I was sat there fuming, and even more because there was loads of taxis all jumping in and out by the little security hut where all the students come out to, all Ubers, private tyres, and I'm thinking, I've just been sat there for an hour doing nothing, because apparently it's quiet when it's not. And then on top of that, and they now want me to sit here for 26 minutes. Luckily enough, the couple who I was picking up started walking over to get in. So I thought, oh well, at least that's a little bit of saving grace. It saves me 26 minutes of sitting there. Because I thought when it was initially sending me over, maybe they've moved the time forward or something, I don't know. So yeah, that was just a pain. So I won't be doing it, honestly. I would rather crawl through broken glass than accept one of them again. It's just so stupid, because I believe that oh yeah, after they got in and I'd started the journey, I got 2 minutes into the journey, and it's been non-stop pinging up. Do you want this? Ormskirk to Ormskirk, Ormskirk to Skem into Ormskirk, such and such to, you know, to South. I must have got offered about 10 different jobs, and it was just constant. So in the end I swiped up and said, don't offer me any more jobs. I was like, it's ridiculous. So the app has purposely not given me, even though it's supposed to give you jobs, it's stopped any jobs coming through for that whole hour before the reservation. So yeah, I'll message them, because I mean, I know you're wasting your time when you message Uber a lot of the time, but I basically keep the chat open for like 3 or 4 days, constantly moaning, and then eventually they do something about it. But for the first day or two, it's just copy paste. So yeah, you've got to just keep going back to them. So basically, I'd like to, because they can see that they haven't offered me a single job while sat in the middle of a search for over an hour. Why is that? So yeah, that's that little rant. And secondly, how stupid are people? How do people not understand how an automatic door works? As they're walking over to the vehicle, I'll always press the button so the door starts opening for them. And 9 times out of 10, people stand there, they look at it and go, oh, that's great. They wait for it to be fully open, they get in, and then they'll normally say, oh, do you want me to shut that, or do you shut it? And then I'll shut it for them. So this guy's walking over with his missus. I press the button, it's opening, it's about halfway across, and then he grabs the door and starts like half wrestling with it, and the door's going bleep 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 bleep, basically saying stop doing what you're doing. So then the door freezes. He then like turns sideways and half shimmies through this half open door. I'm just sat there thinking, what an absolute clown. And then he sits down and goes, is that going to shut itself? I said, it's not going to shut itself now because you've manhandled it. So I'll press the button to prove to him, and it just goes bleep bleep because somebody's manhandled it. So then he's trying to shut it, and I know once you've done that, the door cannot be shut from the inside, because you've got to be outside and you've got to like proper slam it. I thought I'll leave him to it. So he's trying to push it forward with like all the strength, and he's like, oh no, I don't think that's shut. I said, it's not shut. So I let him mess around with it for a good minute or so, basically to teach him a lesson for being an idiot. And then in the end I said, no, it can only be shut from the outside. And I had to get out and then shut the door. It's like, why would you do it? If you go into a shop, the doors are automatic in the majority of shops you go into now. When was the last time you seen someone walk up to an automatic door and then start pushing the door open? You wouldn't, would you? Because people would look at you and think, look at that lunatic there pushing the door open. So why do people think you need to push a door open when the door's already opening? Honest to God, it just makes my blood boil. It's one of the main reasons I opted to get this minibus, because it had automatic doors on it, or electric doors, because I didn't want people to be sliding them open, slamming them, or getting out and walking off, leaving them open when they're drunk, and then I have to get out and shut them. I didn't realise that people would be stupid enough to wrestle with an automatic door. I didn't even, that thought didn't even pass my mind that people would be so stupid. So yeah, so I've come home anyway, because it's just ridiculous. I'm not sitting there and carrying on. I wanted to be home for 9 anyway, and Uber's wasted me time. So basically I finished on £91 and 2 pence. That was including the 3 hours for this afternoon, the hour and a half that I've done this evening, say hour and a half, the one job that I've done. So my hourly rate before I think was about £21 something, £22. It's now plummeted to £18.20 because I've basically gone out and sat there for an hour and 5 minutes. Honestly, ridiculous. So yeah, my advice is do not accept them. It's just not worth doing. The only positive message I've heard about it was when I got that Uber the other day, and a guy who's been doing it for like 3 or 4 years, he's platinum. So he said you definitely get offered more reservations when you're platinum. I'm only gold at the minute, but I'm not far off becoming platinum. So he said as soon as they pop up, he just accepts all of them. He said because even if they're like, I've only ever got them, or offered to me should I say, for that day, or in an hour's time, 2 hours time, something like that. Whereas he gets offered them days in advance. I've never been offered a reservation days in advance. So he said accept them all, and he said a lot of the time a day or so later the customer will cancel. I said, and if they cancel, you get the money for the job. He said, so I'm sat there, he said, I'm getting £25 for this job, £30 for that job. He said, and I haven't even gone to it. He said, and I knew the job was going to be a bit rubbish. He said, but basically I rolled the dice, and he said a lot of the time it pays off because you basically get them. So I won't be doing any more reservations under gold because Uber Pro, it is gold, isn't it? See progress. Yeah, Uber Gold. However, when the Platinum is unlocked, I'll see if more start popping up then, especially if it offers me them days in advance, which it doesn't do at the moment. But even he said, you know, he's got, I think he's been doing it for 4 or 5 years, so he's got the experience there, and he said you 100%, if you're Platinum, you get offered more reservation work. So yeah, I won't be doing any more of them until I hit Platinum, and that's about it. So I'll be back out again tomorrow. Might come out a little bit earlier because today I didn't start until 1:45. But I'll come out a bit earlier tomorrow. Might be able to get out for maybe 10 and do a bit more of like a day shift, because I would have done a bit more this evening when I finished what time did I finish? 4:15. But obviously the little one had just got home and stuff like that, so I wanted to come home and have some family time. But yeah, I should have come out a little bit earlier. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow for the next one.